vibe.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? It's About Life, Spirit of a Bantu Day. What's going on? It's your boy Black Duplicate. We got BoxCutter BiLL at the bottom right here, making another guest appearance for a spiritual day. I know you probably couldn't hear him there, so BiLL, repeat yourself. I know you're a little hyped. You know what I'm saying? I know you're a little hyped. But yeah. So
I'm bad.
Exactly. I want to start bringing on people a lot more. I like having somebody to talk to instead of just talking to, a camera. You already know how it is. Bringing people on is a lot better. So as you know, Spirit of a Bantu Day, so what we like to do is we like to talk about ways to uplift our people of all walks of life. It's not just for black people. It's not just for Bantus. It's for everybody. It's for everybody. It's spirituality. I just bring up Bantu because I'm a Bantu and I really love my people, right? But it's for everybody. So this guy over here, I'm sure some of y'all that watch TikTok know he be trending on TikTok talking about emerald tablets. I love his take. I want to see what BiLL thinks of his take. And then let's talk about it, all right? And feel free to post stuff in the comments on what y'all think about it. So let's do this, BiLL.
During the Tower of Babel incident, which is written about in the Bible, copied from the ancient Sumerian tablets, Enlil, who's known as Yahweh in the modern-day Bible, came back and saw it and realized, oh my God, human beings can achieve anything they want. And that's when the genetic modification occurred. The chromosome number 2 was altered, and that reduced our lifespan. He destroyed the Tower of Babel, and then he split the people up, put them around different parts of the planet, and changed the languages so that they couldn't communicate and work together anymore. Made us enemies of each other so that we can't realize who the true enemy was. Something amazing about DNA. It has an amazing storage capacity. And I think that through the mind wiping that we went through and through some of the genetic modifications, there was a diminishing of some of the information, but it was always locked in there and stored. A lot of people all over the world are starting to wake up, and some of these ancient remnant memories are coming back to us.
So once again, as I always say, go follow that TikTok there for their amazing content. Whoever you are, thank you for your content. That is fantastic. They got a lot more stuff on their page as well. I always like to give credit where it's due, so here's your credit. But yeah, as you see, BiLL, that was religious and spiritual merged. And that's what a lot of people are tending to forget. They think, science, religion, and spirituality are separated. I believe they're combined. That's just my beliefs, and I like his thought process on how while we all split up around the world so we can't communicate, which is why we all have different languages. It's a very interesting concept. I do like his thought process.
I've heard that, and that to me that seems I don't want to say factual because you can't say it's fact, but it just seems like so right. I don't know. That was a great video, and
yeah.
I want people to see that and understand like all this race and language and all that is a means of division.
Yep. Yep.
I like that. I identify as a Muslim.
Yeah.
I follow the 5%ers.
Yep.
I believe in math and science, and I believe in math and science, like as in those tablets. It's all math and science, and that's the key to the universe.
Yeah. Facts. They say the higher power, whether you think it's God or you think it's Allah, whether you think it's Buddha, whatever you believe in, whatever that higher force is, my personal opinion, speaks in mathematics. Numbers are the only things that really don't change amongst all cultures.
Here's the thing. A lot of Muslims get mad at me about it. I believe Allah is the universe.
Yeah.
And that's why you can't see a picture of
yeah. Yeah.
They may even know some of them, but I'm very conservative in the sense, and to me, Allah is 100% the universe. And it is all known.
Yeah.
Math and astronomy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's key to it all.
Yeah, and taken from that, which is what I was going to off air, which is what I wanted to talk to while we were on air. Is I was thinking like in a sense like you got the earth and you got a diamond. So if you take this diamond and you shine light into that diamond, what do you get? You get a whole bunch of reflections all over your walls, right? Now, what if the earth is that diamond? The sun gives it that ray of light, and where the reflections coming out of the diamond? All living beings are those reflections.
Yeah, that's deep. I feel like I just ate some mushrooms.
Yeah, and that's how connected to the earth we are. We are like the light of the earth, which is why they say we're light beings, right? And they say
sunshine.
Yeah, the darker you are, the more light you contain, right? Because your body's dark, and darkness is a prison for light. So that means when you're darker, you contain more light, which is why they say, colored people, we age a little slower because we're containing more light.
I seen a video about that.
Yeah.
I think it was Brother Polite.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Brother Polite if you haven't. He said that almost that exact same thing. About the rays and our melanin and all that.
Yeah. Fire, right? Fire shit. Like, you gotta think. I was talking to Munch about the same thing. It's like everything on this earth has a lot of stuff the same, but like for some reason, us colored people are the only ones that have something that nothing else has, and that's melanin. Nothing else on the planet has melanin but colored people. So it's like, where the hell is that from? But if you watched last week's video, we talk about the ghost gene, or some would call it the God gene, some will call it the trash gene or whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right? So because they talked about the early ancestors of like Western Africa, which is the sub-Saharan Africa, which is Bantu world, right? So Bantus came from. Then they took the Western Africa hemisphere in Southern Africa, right? And they were the ones who made the contract with the Most High, which is Sunani Nanini. They made a contract with Sunani Nanini to live by his ways, and in turn we get a fruitful life, right? So they're saying that Western hemisphere came in contact with something that's not from exactly Earth, because the genetical code that they found deep within the Western Africans is nothing they've ever seen before on this planet, right? So now we have melanin, which I truly believe is the code to dark matter. Now, if I figure out dark matter, I get a Nobel Prize, right? Because nobody knows what the hell dark matter is. So I'm trying to figure out what that is via meditation, right? Meditation is the code for all that. But I don't want to go too hard because we got some more videos I want to talk about here. So we got this guy right here too. He got some fantastic content. So before I even start this, I want to give him his credit where it's due. You see that little name right here? Go follow this guy. Go look into his information. Rashad Jamal. He got amazing work. I'm not stealing your work, Jamal. I am borrowing it to share it to more people that unfortunately we all can't contact everybody. So I'm helping you contact more people, bro, because your content's fire. So let's do this. See what you think about this, Bill, and I'll see what I think about it too.
Now, we don't need you human beings to side with us. We're going to get the planet back regardless. That understood?
Complete switch.
I don't need you to side with
Complete
us.
switch.
But I'm only here to teach facts. Your ancient role is to submit to the gods who created you. Right? Who helped do the reverse engineering on you, which was us. When you came from planet Nerd, you had tails and all that.
Uh-oh.
Us that reversed that. So there's no reason for you to not like black people. White people, you've been lied to. You know the pyramids y'all see that they be telling y'all about white people? Because see, I'm going to give y'all a bit for that. A lot of white people been lied to. They don't know neither. They be want to act like they know some shit. They don't be knowing shit. The rich white people that are the elite that run shit. Now, they the ones that set up the lies. All right? But to these poor and these middle class white people, listen, man. Where you think the pyramids came from? No, they did not come from the motherfucking aliens. Like they want to tell y'all on the History Channel. They want to be like the aliens built the pyramids in Egypt. No, man. Tell the FBI to run them files of who they got listed as black.
You can look that up in the CIA documents.
Us.
Black people, extraterrestrials.
Right. Tell the Vatican to expose the true records of the planet. Of what they seen when they first got here. Because they still got it all. So it sounds foreign to you for me to be somebody that's looked at as an African American, which is an ex-slave that's supposed to came from Africa off a motherfucking boat. That's how you look at me when you a white person and I talk about this science to you like this. You don't want to hear it. I get it. You've been lied to. So you've been made to think that if I don't put a white trench coat on and I didn't go to Yale, I don't know anything. You see?
Education.
That's okay though. Because I'm gonna give you the truth because the answer's telling me to give y'all the truth. You know, it's some sympathy for y'all in the cosmos because we understand that that's your animal DNA inside of you that makes you act that way. But you gotta tap into the God DEA inside of you and understand who you are. You are a hybrid of animal genetics and these same black people and Latino people that y'all don't be liking, because y'all been lied to, of their genetics. They created you. Actually, the same Satan that they tell you about in the Bible created you. That's who created you. And you're not from this planet. White people, you're from a planet called Nern in the 6th universe. That's what we sent Zeus to, aka Satan, for trying to create you out of dead animals and our genetics.
All right, so that was a complete flip to the script. Once again, there's his TikTok. If y'all want to go look into that information, we flipped the script. We went from oh boy talking about our being split across the world, and that's why we can't communicate and we became enemies, onto a whole nother topic stating that we're complete different entities, right?
Bro,
Now the 6%.
We just went from Martin Luther King
To Malcolm X, right? In 2 seconds, But that's what needs to happen sometimes. You know what I mean? You need to have your mind so open that you can grasp multiple concepts and give opinions and try to figure out what the hell is going on. It's a giant puzzle, man. You know, but stated in what you were talking about earlier is the story of Jacob. The story of Jacob states that a black genius scientist created white, yellow, and red people, right? Kind of similar to what he was just saying, but in the last video they had something in common between these videos. I don't know if any of y'all caught it. In both videos, it talked about a genetic change, a genetic reconstruction. Genetic reconstruction time frame. Something happened where our genetical code was reconstructed. They both said that. That's one thing that both topics shared, right? So his was that that individual came down and was scared of what we were capable of, so he split us up and changed us, right? They also had that in common. They also had the common that somebody else came here. He said it was old boy, and we can rewind that back and get that name. And old boy just now said it was people from planet Nern.
He said Yahweh.
White people. Yeah. He said Yahweh. He did say Yahweh, right? Yeah. So they had two different individuals that came down here and changed some shit, right? They changed some shit. So that's interesting. It's interesting that two different topics, which is just like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, both wanted peace, just knew that peace needed to be obtained different ways. We all know the truth, though, everybody. We went Martin Luther King's way. Did it work? That's for you to decide. I ain't going to tell you. You decide if it worked or not. I don't think it worked. You know what I mean? But hey, I'm here trying to awaken my people, because my people came over here. They cut off our hair, took away our culture, changed our names, took everything away from us. Little that we know is our hair is the most important thing on our bodies. Everything. But it's okay. But that happens in war. This has been happening in war since the beginning of the time. I studied war my whole life. That's what war is.
They end civilization.
Yeah, they go over there, they wipe out the culture. They only keep one thing. They keep the women. They keep the women to spread their genetics and grow. They wipe out the men, destroy all their temples, destroy all their monuments, take away their culture, take their women, and then they leave. The Vikings did it. Every warlord done the same thing, right? Yeah, the Mongols. Yeah, they had friggin' mountains of bones, man. They killed like 2% of the population.
You're right. It's everything. But now you're talking about all that. It's like the Aztecs did that.
Everybody does that. So we can't be just like, oh my God, we were pinpointed as just us. No, that's part of war. It's part of war. Why do you think they're holding us back a lot? Because they know when we rise, it's going to be another war. And what's going to happen? It's already happening.
We ain't the minority.
No. They already know what's going to happen. All their culture is going to be gone. The culture they worked so hard to build this last 400 years is going to be wiped away. The almighty dollar's already collapsed, and that's like their prized possession. That's done. These holidays, everybody's figuring out these holidays are a bunch of meaningless junk. Well, we're all figuring out the little codes and all the little bullshit. Come on, people. I don't got to tell you this. Y'all know this shit. You know what I mean? You don't know this shit. So that's just two different takes. Now we got one other thing to talk about as well. Now this guy right here is Andrew Tate. This guy right here is Andrew Tate. You know I don't usually bring on white people on this channel, but I love your white people too. My girl's white. You know what I mean? My kids got white in them. I got white in me. I love all people of this planet. I'm a loving person. Right? But this guy right here is Andrew Tate. He's also black and white. Just had to say it. Sorry. Had to say it. But anyways.
New white people are cool as hell.
All white people are cool as shit. I ain't got nothing against y'all motherfuckers. Y'all got some shit against me. You know what I mean?
These old farts who are going to die off soon. And that alone is going to make the planet like 50% better.
Yeah. So I'm not going to watch this whole video. I just want to get a tiny little piece of this. And I want to talk on that little thing that he's about to say. That if you hear this correctly, it should make you think in a different way about many things. So let's do this.
Where does wealth begin? Because I see you as like having like all the money and the cars and the women. This is interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm much more interested. I think the guys watching are interested in the mindset and the attitude you have, which seems to transfer to a lot of different areas of life, and especially with money. You know, from entrepreneur, one pursuit to the next.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll tell everyone right here, right now, how to get fucking rich. I'm gonna tell you how to get rich, and I guarantee most of them ain't gonna fucking do it. But here's how you get rich.
Right.
If you're a scientist, you never ever wake up, go into the lab, pour the right
Just talked about this people a lot yesterday.
That doesn't
Hell
happen.
day.
You go into the lab, you try some shit, it fucks up. You try some new shit, it fucks up, and you keep fucking around until something kind of works. Penicillin was a mold that grew on accident of an old experiment.
I just said this.
And the dude goes, "What's this mold? Oh, it's penicillin." Before you know it, you have antibiotics. So mistakes, eventually something goes well. So I say this to people, look, how many ways have you tried to earn money? You earn money X way. How many other ways have you tried? Because you need to try a whole ton of ways, and you don't make a bunch of mistakes like a scientist does to find the thing that works.
Exactly.
And everyone's heard this before, right? And then they'll say they have two hurdles to doing that. One, they're lazy. And two, they'll say, well, I have ideas, but I don't know how to start. Or I have ideas, but I need money to start. So then, what you have to do, and this is one of the things I teach on Corporate.com in my Hustlers University, is you have to look at your business ideas and your plans and find a way to remove the need for money to attempt them. So my philosophy on business is this. Any business in the world that could genuinely work without investment. People get...
Okay. So yeah. So you see what he basically said. You try and then eventually something works when it comes to making money, right? It's the same thing with health. It's the same thing with mindset. It's the same thing with relationships. It's the same thing with fatherhood. Every walk of life, you're not gonna have the answers right off the grip, bro. Like, you have to try and fail and keep trying. We just talked about this yesterday on Health Day. You have to try and fail, man, and try and fail and try and fail and try and fail with everything.
Dude, bro, essentially what he's talking about is repetition.
Exactly. That's it.
Repetition,
Yeah.
build strength,
Yeah.
build confidence, build
Everything.
ability,
Mhm.
build habitual tendencies, which you can do without even thinking about. This is what I teach my kids in school.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I want to live by it.
Yeah.
That's moments where I fall off and I slip, but this is
Of course.
essentially my mindset.
Yeah.
Just do it.
The law of habit. Get the habit of acting. The habit of acting. Read the book, The Power of Habits.
Yep.
For y'all that have trouble building habits, read the book, The Power of Habits, and it'll tell you exactly how to break and build a habit. And I promise you, it works.
It takes 21 days. If you do
Yep.
something every day for 21 days, it becomes a habit.
Yep.
You gotta do it.
Exactly. Like one thing that changed my life was a long time ago. I just got a job at this plant that I'm currently working at, and I watched this video, and this guy said, "I challenge you to work harder than you ever worked before for 30 days. Do without expecting any reward. Just work your ass off for 30 days without expecting anything in return, and see what happens." Right? And eventually what that does is it builds this really bizarre habit of like work ethic that's like selfless service work ethic. You're building to like get networks and connections, not rewards. which in turn technically are rewards. Your networking and your connections are like the biggest rewards you're ever gonna get in your life.
But if you just work hard,
Yeah.
those things come natural.
Yeah.
Just do it for you.
Yeah. Simple as that.
And you will reap the benefits.
Exactly. It goes, and that's what we're here for as this culture, as culture with us, with Bantus, with everything, with Muslims, everybody. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like you gotta do things for your self-improvement, man. For your self-improvement. And then once you get to a point that you feel completely 100% confident with yourself, then you can give some of that power to your community, to your people, to whatever you feel like you want to give that to. You know what I mean? You can't give to the world with nothing. And I'll ask you this question, Bill. I ask everybody this question. I ask you the same question too. Maybe I have before. I don't remember. But so you got your wife and your son. Just y'all three. And you got one plate of food. Who gets the plate of food?
Me personally, I would want to give it to my kids.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, congratulations, y'all died. You know why? Because you gave the food to your child, and you're the only one that can go out there and get more food. So you have no energy now. So you die, right?
I knew that.
Exactly. You're supposed to give it to yourself, but according to new science, theoretically, you're technically, even myself, I could vouch for this truly myself. I tend to be the strongest when I don't eat. Technically speaking. But for experimental purposes, that plate of food is supposed to go to the father because it gives the father energy to go out there and get more for his kids. So his wife and child might have to suffer for a couple hours while he goes out there and hustles and grinds to bring back more. Because if you give it to the wife, you give it to the wife, she can't go out there and give you more. She's not strong enough. She's going to die, and then you and your kid have no energy. Now y'all die. Give it to the kid, everybody starves, you know?
I'll do what I always do. On payday, I take a little tiny bit for myself before I get home.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to put that 2% away. You know what I mean? Put that 2% away without nobody knowing. But that's the law of growth of money. That's the law of growth of money. You pay yourself first. If you read Richest Man in Babylon, that's one of the rules of gold. Oh no, did you read Richest Man in Babylon?
No, I didn't.
Read,
But I wouldn't buy that theory.
yeah, read Richest Man in Babylon, bro. It would change your whole perspective on money. Real shit. It would change your whole perspective. Like,
But this dude on this video,
yeah.
When he first came out, he was pretty controversial.
Who, Andrew Tate?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. Huge.
They thought he was like this douchebag. And
This
all
narcissist fuck.
Listening to him lately,
He's on point. He's on point with his shit. And his brother is friggin' on point too, bro. They're both straight savages. Yeah, they both are. They both are. He's a 4-time champion kickboxer, and his brother's, I think his brother's like a 2-time. Yeah, but these guys are phenomenal. That's why I want them to bring them on. He got really good insight, and he has this thing called the War Room, and I'm really interested about joining it. I feel like it's like this. Nobody knows what it is until you get into it. You know, he's not going to tell you either, because, you know, he has to market his shit. He's smart. He's a freaking genius when it comes to making money. Yeah, he's friggin' intelligent as shit. I give the guy hella credit. But either way, at the end of that podcast, at the end of that video, matter of fact, I'm not going to end it, but this little thing right here, give them some credit, give them some love for this awesome content, right? Without this content, I wouldn't have anything to damn react to, so I appreciate all the people that are out here making content, and I'm also appreciative of Billy joining us on for our Spirit Day, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, me and him come from the same exact point of action, but we split roads. And theoretically, interestingly to say, those two roads ended up being damn near the same. You know what I mean? Because they led us to damn near the same point.
We just went the opposite way in a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real crazy shit. You know what I mean? Real crazy shit. Very interesting. But real shit, we're gonna have a lot more of these. I hope people grasp some information from the content we're giving out there. Like I said, I'll be bringing Bill on a lot more. Glad to have you on, cuz we'll be doing a lot more of this. And thank y'all for watching. Love all y'all. Like, share, follow, comment, all that good stuff. You got anything to say, hey, hit me up. Y'all know my social media platforms. Hit me up across either one of them. Billy's on there too. He's dropping some dope music, so make sure you go listen. Peep his music, peep his stuff. He got fire stuff coming out. He just dropped a super dope track. So if you haven't heard it, it's on my IG and it's on his IG and it's on his where they find a band lab. I believe it's band lab. Yep, all that good stuff. So what you can do, people, I always tag his stuff in all my videos. So I'll put a nice little link there for his band lab so you can go on there and you can actually go listen to his music and shit. You know, get something fresh, something different, something relatable. So y'all can listen to that. But I love y'all. It's about life. We out. All right.